This morning, singer Post Malone opening up about his struggles with alcohol.
Are you sober now?
No, sir.
What were you drinking?
It was vodka. I couldn't get up off the floor for weeks.
Post Malone, you suck.
What really happened with Post Malone? My name's Director Dopamine, and this channel is about covering interesting stories from the media. Welcome to my office, and let's take a look at our subject. In order to paint the picture of Post Malone's untold story, we have to connect the dots. Casually drinking at shows to becoming a self-admitted alcoholic. Let's deep dive into where it went wrong for this amazing young man. Ignore my voice crack there, I'm not doing another take. It's no secret, Post Malone loves drinking beers and showing an audience a good time while doing it. But at what point does it go too far? If we go back 5 years earlier to Post Malone's Reddit page, his fans were already worried. Hey y'all, I just saw Post Malone on the recent H3H3 panel having 7 beers in an hour, and his drinking worries me. He looks drunk all the time, and drinking can cause a lot of problems, especially with all the pressure he's on to be a rock/rap star. I'm worried about his health. Anyone else concerned about it? A comment underneath said, I'm concerned about his smoking. His voice seems to be getting worse. I just can't get over how raspy his voice sounds on Psycho when he's rapping. Like, has it always sounded like that?
How many darts do you rip a day on average?
40, 45.
What do you think's the most darts you've ever ripped in a day?
Probably like 80.
Are you
Yeah.
ever worried? Are you ever worried it's gonna f your voice at all?
Yeah, it definitely has.
Yeah.
But I mean, Johnny Cash smoked his whole life. He sound cool.
Post Malone brings up an interesting point, as Johnny Cash was a role model for him, and also smoked while having a distinct country voice, suggesting that maybe it's role models like Johnny Cash that inspire Posty to make these unhealthy life decisions. Let's talk about other role models for Post Malone and look at the relationship with his father. When Posty's parents were young, they got divorced and Austin was raised by his dad. His dad quickly found someone new, and she's been Posty's stepmom for the last 18 years. Photos show that Austin still has a relationship with his birth mother, but naturally she prefers to keep family affairs out of the limelight.
Basically, my whole life is a competition with my dad to see who's cooler. He's still winning, but I'm almost there.
It's clear Austin has a good relationship with his father, and his father doesn't seem to have any previous problems with alcohol. So what led Post Malone down the dark alley of alcohol abuse? These are the causes for substance abuse. The ones that apply to Post include mental health problems, as he said he drinks before he goes on stage to help with his anxiety.
Has it ever happened where that anxiety's gotten so crazy on like stage during a performance?
No, sir. It's pretty distracting up there. So I kind of just forget, like, I'll just go up there. And if I'm like, you got to be a little hammered because I get super anxious right before.
sure.
But once you get a couple songs in,
Yeah.
then it starts to feel normal.
Notice how he said after being hammered, this then starts to feel normal. Austin's on the road for months at a time, doing tours, partying with celebs. I mean, he even has alcohol sponsors with Jägermeister and Bud Light, which all increase his social and cultural risks of becoming reliant on alcohol. It's no wonder the guy has a self-admitted problem with alcohol. He literally cannot escape it. His work life is completely indulged in drinking alcohol.
Are you sober now?
No, sir. I
So-
am responsible now.
Post Malone did an interview with Howard Stern talking about his struggles with alcohol. Some of you might have seen this before, but here are some of the key parts.
It was to a really, really, really rough point, and I couldn't get up off the floor for weeks. And I never want to bring people down. I just want to express how I feel.
Yeah, but what were you drinking?
It was screwdrivers. It was a bunch
Right.
of, it was vodka. Trying to hang in there and talking to people who weren't fucking there and trying to say, hey,
That
help
bad,
me
huh?
out. Could you
Yeah.
help me out? You know,
What do you think was going on? Were you hating yourself? Were you? Did you ever get to the bottom of it? Did you get help with it?
no, sir, I never got help with it. I just have super beautiful people around me, and I met a really beautiful person that
A woman.
made me feel like a human being again. And
This is your
just not
girlfriend?
like a piece- Yes, sir. Yeah, she saved my life. It's pretty epic.
Is there someone in your life who, like, I know, like, you love Justin Bieber. He gave you a break. He put you on tour with him in the beginning when your career was going, and you love him. You refer to him as your brother. Were there dudes like that who had the kind of fame that could turn to you and say, Post, I love you, you're up, dude? Or was this just something you had to figure out on your own?
There was a time to where I had so much guidance and Justin was guiding me and Justin was like this. But I'm like, you know what? Like, I love you. At the end of the day, I have to do what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not listening to anybody. And that's what I'm working on now, is an issue with being told what to do. Because at the same time, people can look at you from the outside and see that something's wrong. And you can be trapped in your own world. And it's an issue of opening up, and I need to do a lot less talking and a lot more listening.
Quite like you and I, Post Malone learns life lessons by making the mistake first and not listening to others tell him what to do. Now that Austin has come to this realization with the help from his girlfriend, he is now en route to a much healthier path. After needing to be a certain weight for the movie Spencer Confidential with Mark Wahlberg, he has begun dieting and focusing on his weight loss.
Lost a lot of weight on this tour.
Oh, you did.
You look unbelievable.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I stopped drinking sodas and started just eating chicken and rice and carrots every day.
And Bud Light.
And Bud Light, yes. That's what I'm not giving it up.
There have been some viral clips of Post at concerts showing some behavioural signs of being strung out on drugs or excessive drinking, which were re-uploaded all over Post Malone fan accounts.
Y'all ever seen Post do this?
Posty's dad actually commented on one of the videos saying, "Healthiest he's been in years, mentally and physically." If you have been following Austin for a while, then you'd also probably gather that that's just how he likes to perform when he's on stage, as he loves getting into character. Austin is now engaged to his fiancée and has become a father to a young daughter.
A baby girl, that's you referring to your girlfriend, or you have a baby?
No, that's my daughter.
Oh, you have a daughter?
Yes, sir.
It is scared. It is scary to be a dad, but it's the most beautiful thing in the universe. I just hope, you never know. I just trying to be good for it and show her that, like shit like this is cool. You can do what you love and help people at the same time.
To the sky. Do you wanna?
I'm scared, but I'm having the best time of my life. It's epic.
Huge fan, Austin, and we all wish you well on the road to recovery. Subscribe for more stories on social media influencers and celebrities. My voice cracks every time.